So I'm back. I think the network is bad. This is also like my first test to see, to overcome the fear, because I've thought about doing lives for a very long time, but then I'm always like, do I really want to do a live? Do I really want to do a live? But then I do it, so I decided, let me do this as a test. So, okay, the first test was fine. Then now they said they are not connecting. I think the network, Uganda, and its network banang. So now this is like the second try. So I hope this one works. But I've even forgotten what I was talking about. Okay, yeah, I was saying, um, I usually find it easier to post about. Hi, Michelle. Thank you so much for joining. How are you? So, I'm trying to do a live for the first time. I've never done a live on here, so I'm a bit scared. But I was like, let me do it and see how it goes. I was like, I'll go and talk to myself on the live. So it's good to have you here, Michelle. Oh, sorry about your uncle. I'm so sorry. The swimming is going well. I had reached a point where I was now like going doing the, is it the breaststroke very well. So we had reached a certain level, but then I got busy, so I had to pause it. But I'm supposed to go back soon. But I had done like over 8 lessons. So now the lesson that was left was going to the deep end, because I could now go to like the middle pool. Oh, yeah. Now that's the hardest. Keeping your head above water is very hard. Even me, I've not yet mastered it, but it's just that I have a very good trainer. And by the time like I had to post the lessons, he was doing it so well, very, very well. Like he had started like teaching me how to put my head up. Because also me, that's the main reason why I'm learning swimming, because I don't have like good breath control. So I even told my trainers, like, you know what, I need to learn how to swim while putting my head out of water, because I don't want, there are people who can manage like breathing inside the water. But me, I just want to learn how to, swim while my head is up. So I think when we go back, that's where we'll start from, because that's the level I had reached. I had reached the point where I can swim, then put my head up, swim, put my head up, breathe, go back, swim, put my head up. So now I had sort of mastered that one. Then he said, now the next time that I go, um, he will now teach me how to do it. There are those people that you see at the pool who swim like they don't have to go even down. They just put their heads up and they can go to that. Now that's what I want to learn. But the lessons are going, I really love swimming so much. I've always loved it. Like since university days, I've been swimming, and I wanted this helps you. And also it's a good exercise because it takes away when you're stressed and you enter the pool, trust me, you'll feel different when you're out of the pool. There is just something about water that is very, 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 very relaxing. So I actually recommend, I always tell people it's a very good skill to learn. And also the other thing I didn't like about that used to is when I used to go, like those days I used to work in the tourism business, and would get like sample opportunities, and you go to like lodges for free, things like that. And then every time we'd reach there, most of those lodges, like they have swimming pools. Then you'd reach there and you don't know how to swim. I would feel so bad. Like I would be seeing my friends, other people have come with just enjoying the water, going to the deep end. People would be like diving, people would be like going everywhere. I'm like, Banagi, I wish. So me, I'll just be there like what the pool on the what? Like on the shallow end, just in water. And I'm like, I really wish. So that's what actually also pushed me to learn how to swim because I was like, okay, it's a nice skill to have. First of all, it's good to exercise because I'm also not a gym person, but this year I wanted to at least be doing some exercises because the other exercise I do is walk. I walk a lot. But then, as like if I put the walking and then I add the swimming, then I don't need gym because I know myself. I'm really not a gym. Yeah, the water is very relaxing, Michelle. It is so relaxing. There's just something about water that is very relaxing. So that's why I was saying that's why I wanted to learn because it's also like good exercise. So I was like, if I do it with walking and then I add swimming, then it will be good because the gym, personally, gym, commitment to gym is not easy. And I mean, I have very much respect for people who are able to go to the gym every single day, like the people who are committed to going to the gym daily. I don't know if I have that commitment. Or like someone goes 3 times a week. I have a friend of mine that she goes like 3 times a week. She's at the gym. So yeah, basically that is it. I just premiered a new video by the way, Michelle. Have you watched? I hope you have. It was about a creatives workshop that I attended. Then before my network went off, I was like telling people on here that okay, I hope you watch. It's a nice video. It was about a creatives workshop that I recently attended. I feel like, oh, the place where we were was really cool. So I was telling people that before my network went off, I was telling people that I post a lot of my food content on Instagram. So I was trying to tell people, I rarely fry my food. So I make most of my food with like peanut butter sauce. So I was telling people on here that people were telling me on Instagram how they tried um, the recipes that I share. Then I was telling people to follow me on Instagram because I don't know. I'm still thinking, is it okay if I post like maybe my meals on here? But then after I'm like, this channel is like about travel and lifestyle. So I'm like, I don't want to turn it into a food channel, but I really have like good recipes. I saw like the video I did for the pickles. I did it like a test try. Oh, meals is lifestyle. Okay. Maybe I should start sharing my meals on here because one of the girls who follows me on Instagram actually told me that she did the peanut butter with like the meal I had shared. And she was like, it's very nice. And she didn't even have to fry. I'm like, you actually don't need to fry. So if you say meals is lifestyle, I think I'll start sharing. Actually, now that I think about it, it will be nice. Like if I'm doing a vlog, maybe I can show people how I made my breakfast or show people how I made like my lunch. Because usually before I go to shoot like content, like okay, now like that time by the way, before I went for this recent video, I usually like to make breakfast. And my breakfast is usually nice. So maybe I think I can share that before I go. I'm like, okay, this is what I had for breakfast. Yeah. When I hear lifestyle, I think of a wide variety of topics. Actually, yeah, that is true. That is true. Lifestyle actually is a variety. I think I will start incorporating that into my my lifestyle vlogs. I think it will also be a nice twist. Apart from always on a border, I'm always on a motorcycle going to, where are you from, by the way, Michelle? If you're not from Uganda, border is like our form of transport here. It's like a bike. So that's what I was saying, that instead of like always being on a bike, maybe showing a meal, a breakfast meal or lunch or what I eat will be a nice twist, nice change to that channel. Oh, you're familiar. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. So that's our mode of transport here. It's what we mainly use. And because there's sometimes a lot of traffic, it just helps. Yeah, Namuli is and another lady that had a baby, that is Nabs Ara. Yeah, looks like the OG. We are like the OG creators who are creating content in like 2018. First of all, when I joined YouTube, I remember I was searching around for people who are like on YouTube. And I remember the first people I came up, oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for always supporting our content, for watching. We really appreciate you so, so much. So I was saying in 2018 when I joined, I remember I felt so lonely. I didn't know anyone from Uganda. And I remember Googling Ugandan creators. And the person I saw first was Nabs. And then later I saw Namuli. So kept watching their content as well till we met. And then when we met, yeah, we became friends. So those like we are the people who are creating content in those days when like content was not a thing in Uganda. Like there were few Ugandan content creators. A lot of them like were there, but they were doing like news content. Most of them were doing news content. Yeah. Oh, you sent me a yes, yes. I was gone for actually it wasn't even months, it was a year. Um, that's the time I lost my dad. May he rest in peace. So I went through a year long sort of like depression because I was very, very close to my father. So that is why I was off for a year. And that is why, like, when I came back, of course, I had to be active again because I've always loved YouTube and Instagram. So that's why I'd gone off for like a year. Yeah, but I think it was good for me to also go off fire because then I came back. I was able to deal with my grief, though grief is like an ongoing process. But I don't think I would have created content that I loved during that time. I would have created content. I would have been appearing on camera very sad, or so the creative mind. It helps when mentally you're okay because then you're able to think of ideas. But when you're not mentally fine, okay, personally for me, um, your creative bubble is less. You don't have like the mood to create. That's why like sometimes it's important as a creator, if you like write what you're going to do for the month, so that when you're maybe mentally down or faced with something that emotionally put you down, you still have like content backed up. Or yeah, so that's why I was off for a year, but I'm now back. We thank God, we bless the Lord that I am back. Thank God so, so much. So now I'm back to creating content, back to shooting. I really missed YouTube. Like, even those days when I used to be like in my depression, I would go on my YouTube channel and watch my videos. Then I'd see a few people who would leave comments. I would respond to some and not respond to some. I think it helped remind me of who I used to be, because when also you're going through depression, you kind of lose yourself of sorts. So, yeah. Yeah, it's hard. I don't know how you content creators do it, but as a viewer, I always want you to just put the videos out. I know, and you know that the thing is like when you're like the viewer, for you, you see like the finished product. It's exciting for you, eh? Because you're like, oh my god, I can't wait. Where has she been? I miss her content. But then now for us it's hard because sometimes mentally you're not fine, emotionally you're not fine, but your subscribers are like, oh my god, you've spent long without uploading. Like, I don't know the messages I used to receive on Instagram: we miss your content on YouTube, you're not posting on Instagram. And I didn't know how to explain to these people that, you know what, I'm going through something. I really can't create. Like, I would love to create, but I really can't at the moment. So for the viewer, they see like an edited version. They see when you're finished shooting. Of course, even with like shooting content, you always have like setbacks. You'll be there and maybe film an intro, and the intro you'll miss some words or you'll miss some details, and then you have to reshoot. Or sometimes you've planned, oh, I'm going to visit this place, and then you don't have the money. Then you're like, okay, maybe I would have loved to visit it, but let me hold on since I don't have the money. Or sometimes you want to shoot a place, and then people are like, no, you're not allowed to shoot there. Then after, like, but I really wanted to do this for YouTube. So a lot goes on behind the scenes, but that is faced by us, not the viewers. The viewers, for them, they see like the finished product. And but it's exciting. I feel, I was actually telling a friend of mine recently that, like, for me, I feel like YouTube really saved me, because there are moments when it encouraged my confidence. There are times when I would feel down, like I'm telling you, like when I was depressed, I would like watch my videos and I'm like, oh, okay, Rita, you lost her this time, but this is the person you used to be. So it would help me. Even I would read like the comments that people like, okay, maybe, yeah, this is good. Maybe people liked what I was doing. Maybe one day I'll have the courage to go back and do this again. So it's nice for me as well, because it encourages me. It has pushed my confidence. I've met amazing people like Michelle on here. People online are like so kind and so nice. So it's been, I really appreciate my journey on YouTube. It's been an amazing journey. And I pray to God that it will continue to be an amazing journey for me. So yeah, that is basically it. Content creation and all that. I think the first live wasn't that bad. Though I was so scared. I'm like, oh my god, lives are like so scary, because you're like, oh my god. Yes, like currently I'm a full-time creator. But before, yes, it's like two of us. I see there is another person on the live, but they're not talking. So, I think there are some people who fear like maybe chatting in the thing, but they're like on it. There is another person on the live, but that person has not said hi or said anything. They're probably, I think, just watching. But it's like the two of us, which is because then I can get, then the a third person has joined. I hope the third person will at least say hi. So now we are three. There are three people. Now we are four. So as telling you, right now I'm a full-time creator, but before I used to have a 9 to 5 job. So if you watched the 2019 video, what I'm thankful for, I remember mentioning that I was thankful for my job. So I used to do a 9 to 5 in tourism. I was a tour consultant, travel consultant, and basically plan trips in Uganda, in um, Uganda and Rwanda mainly. That's what we're doing. Then a bit of Kenya and Tanzania, but not so much. But mainly we used to plan tours to Uganda and Rwanda. So that is where I was. Then I lost that job, of course, during COVID. Everything, the travel industry was really affected during that time. So a lot of us actually lost our jobs. So now I'm a full-time creator. It's what I do. Yeah, basically. Just fingers crossed that it will pay off and that it will one day be able to pay all my bills. Because now I'm at the point where it's me investing. I'm the one who is investing. The one, all that shooting that I do is on me. And every time I do the band videos, I have to buy food, I have to buy drinks. Every time I go to the restaurants, that's me. I have to buy the food, I have to review it. Internet is on me. So I'm just hoping that the channel will grow and that it will be able to at least pay my bills. Then I can do what I love while earning from it. So yeah, right now I'm a full-time creator, but I'm still at that stage where I'm investing. I can't say it has started to make me money yet. It hasn't. I'm just um, investing in my dream. So usually when I go out, when I shoot all those videos, it's usually on my cost. So yeah, that is basically it. Yeah, but the 9 to 5 life was fun. Working in the travel industry was really fun. I met many amazing people. I learned quite a bit from it. So, yep, it was nice while it lasted. So, that is what I was doing then. And the thing about a 9 to 5 also, it's really hard to balance. So, like that time, I couldn't afford to upload videos, like maybe 2 videos a week, because you get so busy. And because the work used to involve like traveling, you'd find like you're doing a nine, like maybe you're working Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday up to Friday. Then, like most of the creators who do 9 to 5, at least they know they have the weekend to edit. Now, for me, I used to work like Monday to Friday. Then they're like, okay, Saturday you have a trip, there are clients coming, you're probably going to Bwindi. Bwindi is like in the western part of Uganda. That's like an 8 hour, 12 hour drive. So you're there, you have to go work. You can't edit in front of the clients. You're tired from the week. So it used to be very hard for me. But I would find times and edit. So I used to always edit like in the middle of the night. Like I would edit. I remember there are days where I couldn't sleep. Like I would have to leave work like at 7, edit, and editing takes time. So I'd spend the whole night editing. Actually, those days, a lot of my videos, I used to upload them in the middle of the night. And I remember, I think there was a subscriber who told me, she's like, why do you randomly like um upload a video like at 3 a.m.? But it's because I'd have to leave work, take a shower, edit for like almost 6 hours or even 5. And I remember that time I was still learning to edit. At least now editing is a bit easier for me because I've kind of gotten used to how to edit and the little things about editing. But those days it used to take me a while because I was still learning how to edit. So it would take me like 6 hours. So you'd find I've left work like maybe 7 p.m. I rest and then I start editing like 9 p.m. And the video editing is done like, let's say, 2 p.m. in the night, in the middle of the night. Then you upload it like at 3 p.m. So then after that, you're like, okay, 4 a.m., let me sleep. And then imagine you have to be at work by 8. So it used to be hectic. It used to be very hectic, but I would try to make it work somehow. Find ways of making it work. And I'd have to show up at work. very tired. And our work, like the way that work was, is that the mornings are busy because that's when you're getting people writing you emails. So I used to be there. Like I reached a point where I used to be in Kampala like a headless chicken. That's what I was telling one of my friends. I'm like, oh my god, like because after you finished work, I used to look back because as like the reservations person, I was managing that. Like I was the one like supervising a friend of mine. So there are days when I would be on the move, like running. Oh my god, we have to book this. And the thing about the tourism industry is that it has to be quick. You have to be very quick. If you're not quick, you're going to miss out. If you're not quick, a gorilla permit will be taken. If you're not too quick, a lodge will be already booked. So my boss like used to entrust me with all that stuff, and then now I had to make sure that everything is running. So I'd be answering to inquiries. Then after that, an inquiry is booked. You're trying to run to somewhere to book the permit, or trying to run to town and pay for the lodge, or you're trying to write emails. So my life was all about always on the computer answering emails. Then if anything comes up, I have to jump on a bike, on a border, go book whatever needs to be booked, then leave that, come back. Then sometimes you come back in the afternoon, there's like another thing that you have to work on. And I think what was stressful about that work is that it was stressful but fun at the same time. Because also I love challenging work. I don't want work where I'm doing like routine, because like with other, okay, now we are three on the live. Please, the other two people say hi. I'm here just chatting with Michelle. So as saying now, like the other work, like let's say the accounting work, or it's like every day you have a system. But now, like tourism, you're dealing with a different client every single time. Like this client will come, for them, they want a 10 days trip. Another one will come, they want a 3 days trip. Another one will come, they want a cultural tour. Another one will come, they want like a gorilla trekking tour. So, no 2 days were the same. Oh, okay. I didn't understand that. Oh, okay. But anyway, like that's what used to happen. Like, so it wasn't routine. Hey, your work days were the same. Yeah, exactly. No 2 days were the same. Like every single day was different. Every single day had something different. Like if I faced a challenge, like that is when I'd be so frustrated. I'm like, oh my god, because I would wake up and I now get used to doing like wildlife tours. I'm an expert. Then I get an email from a client who wants to like do trekking or hiking. And now I would have to sit on the computer, start Googling what is hiking, where are the places to hike. Because also my boss was the kind of person who did not want to spoon feed you, which I think was also good. And it helped me to learn. But it was also like stressing because now you'd wake up in the morning and then there's like a hiking tour. So now, like, that is why even like I keep telling people on Instagram that I'm someone who loves research. But the reason why I love love research is because, like, for me, my work, I like that it makes the time go by fast. Yes. So the reason why I love research now and I overdo research is because, like that time when I was doing that 9 to 5, you had to love research because you're going to wake up with a hiking tour. You have no idea what a hiking tour is about. You just probably know that hiking happens in Mount Elgon National Park, Mount Resori, but you've not done it before. So you have to sit down on your computer. You have to do your research. You have to make phone calls. You have to talk to the wardens. You have to call your friends in tourism. Have you done a hiking tour? Can you tell me how it's done? Can you? So that is basically how it used to be. So I used to have like the craziest days. Some days I'll be at the end of the day and I just fall on my bed because I've spent the whole entire day reading and trying to do stuff. But it was an interesting workplace. I really had a good time. I really had a good time there. I really made, yeah, I had a great time. It challenged me, and also I liked that it was not monotonous because also I'm a bad person with routine. That is why I think even I like content creation because I do like different things. If you want to frustrate me, just tell me to do the same thing every day. But I have friends who are like, for them, it's more fun for them when they have like maybe routine of I sit, I use the same system, I do the same thing, I meet the same people, and they're okay with that. Now, me, I'm a different person. I like challenges. I want every day something to challenge me, something to make my brain work, something to tell me, Rita, do this, do that, do this, do that. So that is why I loved that work. It used to be nice. So, yeah, it was fun, 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 fun. But now I'm a full content creator, trying to push my content out there. Oh, really? Hey, I'm boring. I don't think anyone is boring. I think it's what works for you. Because there's space for interesting stuff. Because like I think boring is subjective. What made because okay, I had even this discussion like with a friend of mine who says he's an introvert, and he's like people tell him that he's so boring because he's always in the house. But then I was telling in my mind, I'm like, wait a minute, like you're not boring. That's interesting to you. Like me, I have friends like who tell you, me, Rita, sitting at home with my cup of tea, with the TV playing, I order in my food, that's my life. Then another person will come and be like, oh my God, that is so boring. But then I'm like, no, actually, that person is having the time of their lives. Like they're at their happiest when they're inside the house, watching their Netflix, eating their meal, probably that they've made themselves. Or if they don't feel like cooking, they have, made something. Hmm. So I also think that boring is subjective. What is looks boring to the other person is actually interesting to the other person. Because I have friends who tell me they're like, Rita, I really can't do what you do. Like move, being people, what? That's what the world deems as interesting. And then when you tell people, they're like, that is so boring. But then you're like, the other person when they're at home eating their good food, watching their Netflix, watching their favorite show, they are there at their happiest. Then Rita, who is out there, once she's out there talking to people, filming content, she's at her happiest. Then you'll find another person who, for them, they are their happiest when they're like in the bar, dancing, their feet off. Then those ones are happy, happy. They're like, Manange, I'm at my happiest when I'm in the bar, happy, excited, talking to people. So I really think it is subjective, it's dependent on the person and what they enjoy to do. Because if you find like a homebody, like, and you take them to like the bar, they'll find such a difficult time. They will overthink. They're like, my God, what is this? They'll be so bored. They're like, I even wonder why I came here. Yeah. So, but then you find another person who yet when they're at home, they are happy. They're like, me, I'm happy. I watched my favorite show. I have laughed. I've probably called a friend of mine. We've spoken on phone, and I'm excited. So also depends what you find interesting. I can't believe this was the first live. I thought I would be on here for like a few few minutes. But this has been fun. I think I should do more live videos. I feel like they are different. They are not planned. Okay, now for us, now it's 10 p.m. in the night. It's 10 p.m. Yeah, it was fun. Same, same, same. It was really, really fun. Thank you for joining.